What's amazing. Mr. Drew Goddard, let's talk, man. Talk to me about adapting this. I mean, this is a beloved book. What are the key elements in adapting this for you? What did you need to capture?
I'm a little embarrassed to admit this here. I have not read the book yet. I was going to last night, recommending we'd be talking about it, but there was a Percy Jackson installation over there. They'll just let you keep going through it as much as you want. No, guys, I read the book. How many, by the way, let's get a sense of our audience here. How many of you have read the book? All right, so you guys know, it's got all the hallmarks of an Andy Weir masterpiece, right? It's got that deft blend of science fact and science fiction. It's got those sort of epic, global, cosmic stakes in storytelling. It's got that blend of comedy and humor. But for me, the thing that I connect to and I've always connected to with Andy's work is the soul of his writing. And for this movie, to me, this movie is about the power of science, the power of teaching, the power of learning. It speaks to who we are as a people and who we can be. And I think, for me at least, the movie is about the ability of empathy and compassion to change the world. And so that's what holds me to it. When I read it, Josh, it was very much like, oh, I want to spend the next 5 years of my life working on this. And here we are. We couldn't be happier.
Andy, well, this all starts with you, obviously. You are, of course, the author. You're also a producer on this, and I know you were on set quite a bit. Can you talk a little bit about working with Bill and Chris and making sure getting the science right, how important that was?
It was awesome. I mean, I got to be a big shot. I got to go around, and it was so cool because like my job was just going around and looking at stuff, and then pretty much every day, Phil or Chris would say like, "Oh, Andy, we need to know like what would the exact velocity of the ship be at this point during the story because it's going to be on a display in the background, and we want it to be right." So just know that even if it's like blurry and out of focus, any numbers you see on a whiteboard or on the screen, I put hours into making those be correct. So they were every bit. Yeah. So the guys are every bit as much, and Ryan as well, every bit as much a stickler for scientific accuracy as I've ever been when writing my book. So I was amongst my people. I mean, for a nerd like me to spend all day looking at amazing sets and then have math problems given to me, it just doesn't get better.
I mean, you talk about the amazing stats, but they just saw the footage. It's very clear from the trailer and the footage, the production, the design, the cinematography. Greg Fraser, obviously, is your DP. Talk about the amazing behind-the-scenes team that you guys were able to assemble.
Yeah, I mean, this is like a murderer's row, right, of people on the stage, and a murderer's row of people behind the camera, starting with Greg Fraser, who is like the ultimate like rock star cowboy DP, right?
We got our head of VFX supervisor, worked with him on the Dune movies and has 4 Academy Awards, and is here today, Mr. Paul Lambert. And
the two of them would sit around on set and look at each other and go, "This is the most complex movie we have ever made, and we made 2 Dunes."
We had like Charlie Wood, who was the production designer, built all these sets. We had to build an entire spaceship in 2 modes of gravity. And then we built this entire massive tunnel. The scale of this is insane. That we built a tunnel that was like 100 feet long, filled up an entire stage. And because it was rotating, we wanted the light of the sun to bleed through all around. And so they built this array of lights that took so much power it had to take power from 2 other sound stages. They had to build a bridge to get the wires just to have enough power to do to light this one set. That's how like crazy ambitious this movie was.
We have an energy crisis because of this film.
It was shot in England, so it's fine.
I meant England has an energy crisis. Whatever.
Oh well.
There used to be coal.
Look, Ron, you played your share of heroes over the years, but you have. Riley, I mean, Grace is a reluctant hero, though, to say the least. You talked a little bit about this, but can you talk a little more about how you connected with him as a reluctant hero, as a character?
I connected to his reluctance. I'm reluctant to answer this question, honestly. But I think that, that's what made the character so, I mean, aside from the fact that he has a doctorate in molecular biology, he's quite an ordinary person and in this extraordinary situation. And I think what's so, inspiring about him is that he reacts to a lot of things as I feel like I might or a lot of us might. And he's terrified appropriately of the task at hand. And because he's somebody who on Earth had given up on himself and has been given this opportunity to believe in himself again. And it's inspiring to watch him and to go through this journey with him because it really is. He somehow finds a way to find the courage to put one foot after the other and keep going.
Yeah, that's right. I have a lot more questions.
But let's talk more rock. We want to show over some more stuff?